This chat's not working right again. Hey Lisa, how you doing? Now, did you get a notice for this chat, or did you just happen to already be on? Hey Aaron, how you doing? I can tell this chat's not working right. Hey Pete, how you doing? Oh, hey Napster, did you like the interviews? Oh, okay, good. Hey Stephanie. Yeah, I can usually tell right away when I sign on now. I don't know what the hell. Did you guys like the interviews? I got a ton more coming. Oh, good. I had liked them good. I got, I think, about another 133 to go. A little bit tired tonight. Oh, good, good, Pete. Yep, got home. They were getting bad. Well, it's really too many days for me to stay down there. You know, I didn't have the greatest luck for the first 3 days. And then that's the way it goes, you know what I mean? Yeah, Raven's such a sweetheart, man. It's just like an innocent child. Oh, yeah, thanks, Cassandra. I'm the same way about getting them, man, believe me. You know, you guys, if you watch, you've been around a while on my channel, you know, man, when I'm down there, man, I'm not screwing around. I mean, I do. I go out to eat and stuff like that, and I take Daisy to her favorite park. But I'm looking for interviews constantly. I did a lot of photography too while I was down there. So I think I took 390 photos this time. I mean, I get up, I hit the road around 11, 10:30. Hit the Michigan Stroll, head east, head down Livernois, go down around Delray. Delray is about over. It's about, and run down by Foreman Park under the Rouge Bridge. I'll usually do still photography, videos, try and cop an interview, head back over the Magnificent Mile. I was looking for a little bit this time up on 6th and John R. Then I'll cut down from different places, head down Michigan Avenue again. It's a typical 12-hour day. When the weather is nicer, it's a 16-hour day. Oh, Juju, thanks. I still got a stuff I didn't hand out, and I hope Dawn is listening. Dawn, my apologies. I have that purple hand-knitted scarf you made for Marguerite, and I had put it in the back of my van and put it next to a heater I have, and I forgot all about it. And I didn't realize till I was looking through the stuff when I was in Flint that I forgot to give that to Marguerite. So I can do two things. I can give it to her when I'm down there next time, or I can send it to Gar at Ponchos. Because after all, a scarf, you need it in the winter, and I'm not going to be down there for a little while. So it's your call. I ended up getting, I like scotch, single malt aged scotch. I like everything aged, cheese, scotch. I get art, I like that real smoky, peaty taste. You know, most people can't stand it, which is why there isn't that much of it around. I bought Ardbeg, ARDBEG 10-year. Yeah, I don't really like vodka, to tell you the truth. I had Becky interviews, yeah, I do, yeah, sure do. Yeah, no, it's funny. You know, I always pronounce the name wrong, but there's a guy, Larry Flies or something like that. He's been dead, I think, 6, 7, 8 years. His videos, a lot of people still watch them. Did a lot of hang glider or ultralight videos with jet engines, built his own helicopter. He got a diagnosis of terminal cancer, and I think he shot himself. Hey, Lane, how you doing? Lane, I gave out your last big bag of candy to a homeless guy that I will upload his interview standing along I-75. That was the last one I had. I videotaped it. So, I always account for what people send. Yeah, I agree with that, Pete. Yeah. Hey, Diana, how are you? Yeah, it's actually a really good deal. The whiskey for that taste, that kind of taste, it really should be about 150 a bottle, and it's only $54, which is a steal. It's really good. I think if I get a fifth, it'll last me about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Sometimes I'll go like for months without having a drink, but like I said, I've been seeing pictures of Ollie lately. Hey Jesse, how you doing? How'd you like the Kevin interview? Yeah, thank you, Zach. It's funny. I begin to think I got an anxiety problem. I mean, as you guys know, I've had big problems with depression, but I'm starting to think I got an anxiety problem. Yeah, those were by a lady out in Colorado. I still have a lot of those to hand out. Oh, is it really snowing? That's why I got it. I mean, I was down there too long anyway. Yeah, it was just kind of a weird. Even the interview I did with Tassie was like, okay, it could have been a lot better. Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, mine's the fourth, Randy. The fourth. Well, I think I just notice it sometimes. I know that a bad combination for me is like drinking a lot of coffee. And I used to just chalk it off to coffee, but like today, just as an experiment, I noticed it a lot. And it's just like, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's not like panic attack or anything like that. But that's kind of how I rushed the Tassie interview, actually. It was like I got down there, I had shit to do. I didn't take my time like I normally do. Things were a wreck at the hotel I was staying at. They were transitioning, and a lot of the girls thought they were going to stay on. It looks like they're getting rid of them. And I don't know. I just think that's what it is sometimes because I think it affects my sleep, and I think it tires me out when I shouldn't be tired. It's not like I'm thinking, oh God, the world's falling in, anything like that. It runs in the family, and it's a close cousin to depression. But when I feel that way, and plus drink a lot of caffeine. I mean, I'm really a hair trigger about certain stuff, you know. Oh, thank you. I think I got most of them, Mark, but thanks. I appreciate that. I think I got most of them. Yeah, that's pretty much the same places I go all the time when I eat down there. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm nervous or anything, but I never really thought about this too much till today. Yeah, it's not that kind of anxiety, but it's just like kind of like, fidgety, and I think it wreaks havoc on your nerves. I get tired quicker than I should. I could stay up all night, that kind of stuff. I may be wrong, but I don't want to take anything for it. But yeah, and Raven, a sweetheart. Doing pretty good, Sexy. How you doing? Oh, I'm glad you like it, Virginia. Thank you. Yeah, man, I look forward to it. I mean, I love talking to him. I do. I got a ton more interviews I'm going to upload too. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Yeah, Raven, she's such a sweet girl. I mean, how could you not want to just take Raven and save her, you know? Oh, walking up and down the street all the time, no place to live. God. Yeah, I missed that. I would have liked to have seen that snow, Andy. Did you try your percolator yet? Yes, I got a ton of stuff still I got to hand out. I'll probably get down there before my dog sitting thing starts. Yeah, isn't she though? She really is. Yeah, Pete, it's the other people that send things though, you know. 2003. It's a 4.3. Got it right around 370,000 miles on it. Pisses me off. I'm wearing out my winter tires because the damn pavement's dry and it hasn't been that cold. Oh yeah, I know how it is, Andy. Make sure you get a good quality coffee when you use it. Yeah, you're welcome. Just take your time. I do that on stuff, you know. You rushing it and you're not familiar with it, you screw it up. Remember that top on the top, make sure that's like latched in. Take you a million years to find a replacement. That's one downside of that model you have. The top ever broke, you might as well just throw it out. Yeah, I didn't know about that. Yeah, no, she's a cute girl. Raven is the girl that was going to hook up and leave town with Dan, the singer. Yeah, they're just a bunch of screwballs. And it was good to see Terry, you know. Yeah, no, it's a cool looking. This is a good old days, man. Hey, Chris, how you doing? You know, I don't really watch too many Maddie and Gerald's YouTube videos. You know, I get notices for them. I mean, I hope it does well for them. Yeah, I know what you mean, Tara. No, I'm not from West Branch, but I've been coming up here since like '78. My sister was the first single female owner of McDonald's franchises, and this was her first store up here, West Branch. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. Yeah, I know what you mean. Raven was a topless dancer for I think 10 years or something like that, she said. And she says she got her front teeth knocked out in a car accident and they didn't want her dancing any longer. Yeah, okay, Colin, yeah. Yeah, I'm drinking one right now, actually. Yep. Yeah, you know, really, I'm as crazy as it sounds, I'm really not like a big live guy. I really go on to like answer questions about the videos and that kind of thing. Uh, no, you know, not there's no method to the madness on when I decide to sign on, you know. Yeah, and that's something he dodged a bullet there, didn't he? Yeah, I do kind of feel happy to be home, only because I get a better sleep. You know, I just after a while I start to feel guilty that I'm down there digging around, not getting much done. You know, I'm working on this new camera equipment, and but I wanted to, you know, go down there and check things out. I don't like being gone from there too long. You know, things change, people come up missing. You know, Wackadoodle Dan's still gone. You know, yeah, that's pretty much it, Colin. You're right. You're right about that. So it's okay. And but I would have liked to stuck around for the snow. I wish I would have got there later and experienced the snow down there. Believe me, I was going to go to North Dakota, no snow. South Dakota, no snow. Wanted to go up to UP and do some video, no snow. Now I just leave Detroit. We're not even supposed to get any here. Yeah, well, what wears me out is like, I wasn't having such great luck the first 3 days there, although Thursday was wasted with court. And when I'm down there just, 10, 12-hour days and I'm not coming up with anything, people don't show up. And then I'm thinking, God, I've been down here 3 days, I haven't gotten shit. And then if you already, scratched on the first three. Oh yeah, Kevin's a really good guy. Yeah, nice guy. Yeah, hope he's good. Jesse knows him really well. Yeah, I'm not a Michael Moore fan, no. He lives up in around Traverse City someplace. Yeah, Petoskey. I like Petoskey, but it's too busy. I don't mind going up there in the winter, but summertime, forget it. The CPA who I've used for like 35 years, he bought a place there. You couldn't pay me to live in Petoskey or Traverse City. Oh yeah, you should do. You'd love Detroit. A lot of good things to do. I mean, Belle Isle downtown, great art museum, Greektown. You can, if you bring your passport, you can go over to Windsor, Ontario, right across the river. Yeah, he seems like a really good guy. It's funny. I've been looking to run into him for like forever. So I'm glad it finally happened. Yeah, I was never too much into the Motown stuff. Oh yeah, how you doing, Dad bitch? How are you? Oh, Ontario. Oh, great. I love Canada. Yeah, Terry's a good guy. Just happened to see him. I got on Michigan Avenue. I got off there at Wyoming and Michigan, was heading around, and I just happened to look that way, and I thought, I think that's Terry. I didn't even have time to blow the horn, so I did a U-turn, and by the time I got over to the bus stop, he was already there. Yeah, I can't believe you don't know him, Andy. Oh, you got an inch, yeah? Yeah, we're not getting any. Wish we would. I really love a good snowstorm. No, Daisy loves getting home. She really does. That's why I go out of my way to take her to that park. I mean, she tried to bite Tassie this morning. She hasn't done that in a long time. And I like that park myself, but I try other places, open fields. For some reason, she likes that park, so she's worth it. But I can tell in the morning when we're down there for a couple days, she'll look at me and it's like, screw you, man, riding around this damn van all day. But she'd be worse if I left her at the hotel. I can tell when it's starting to get to her because rather than get on my lap or sit on the passenger seat, she'll go right to the back seat right out of the get-go and start sleeping. So I know she's like thinking this is another bullshit long day. So I'm conscious of that, and I don't want to like torture her that way. She's a good sport. So that's why I take her out to that park and let her run around. No, I don't care about that. I could care less. And I'm going to tell you something, Dad bitch. You make another comment like that, and I'm going to block you. Because the reason you haven't been around anymore is because you haven't had an opportunity to cause more trouble. So either you shut up and listen to how decent people behave or get lost. You talking about that guy that went into the bando? Yeah, you were trying to cause trouble. I've told everybody on here a million times to not bring up things that they're doing on other channels. Do you think Ford Motor Company is letting General Motors come in the middle of one of their conversations and ask people if they want to buy their brand? Hey, Cable Trucking, how you doing? Yeah, don't do it, Mark. It's hard not to. Oh, thank you, Cable Trucking. Yeah, that is really weird. I guess he lives over in the Campbell building. Oh, they do, huh? Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, I just got rid of her. Yeah, I mean, they'll find out as they get more channels or get more subscribers that, people just are weird. I don't know what it is. There's half a dozen guys down there in Michigan Avenue who do the same shit. There's one guy that actually goes over to the dope house and wakes the girls up and tells them what a big conniving prick I am that's getting rich. Yeah, it's okay to get back home, really. You know what, though? I don't have I sold just a shit ton of antiques, and the guy hasn't got them yet. And I've been kind of dragging my feet because my basement's filled. And I'm going to remodel some of the parts of my house, particularly my master bedroom upstairs, where I can do more uh, different things. I'm just kind of in limbo until this stuff's gone. I don't think they look, Stu, to tell you the truth. Yep, she's doing well. Went to rehab. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Andy. I'll tell you who else I think is probably a douchebag. I mean, I never usually say anything about other channels, but this soft white underbelly dickhead, he seemed like a pretty good guy at the beginning. I've never watched any of his videos, but he's constantly having people come over here talking about soft white underbelly and blah, blah, blah. It's just so unbelievably rude. If somebody got a hold of me, I don't mind promoting other people's channels and just said, hey, would you mind giving me a plug or something? Believe me, I know it's shit luck that I got into, where I got subscribers and stuff. I don't mind helping people. But with some asshole does something like that, it just makes me want to just have nothing to do with them. No, I mean, there's no money in this. I'm not kidding you. I was saying earlier, I thought that trip cost me about 600 or 700. Actually, I was thinking about it cost me about 1,200 when I consider paying everybody and gas, hotel. I'm not counting food and stuff. I'm not complaining, but you know how long it would take to make $1,200 on YouTube? Like forever. Yeah, Tassie's a unique individual. I mean, she really is. She's really got a charisma to her despite her difficulties. No, I know that, Funky Monkey. I know. I don't know what to do about that, though, because I don't want to seem like I get videos that people are interested in, that I'm holding off on them or something like that. Yeah, I know. I don't really know how to do that rather than just upload a 2 or 3 a day, which I don't know. I guess it's just not my style. No, I don't really have a mission. I never had one. Nope, none. Yeah, it's just super rude. Nah, not really. Nah, I've thought about that. I was looking up until about 2 months ago. But honest to God, man, after about 6 days down there and I see all the bullshit and crime and crazy insurance prices, bumper to bumper traffic, and just lines getting into the Barnes and Noble, and I got thinking, you know what? I think I'd really like to live up north and visit the city rather than the other way around. Because I guarantee you, if I moved down around there, I would never say, God, I think I'll go up to West Branch and stay in the Super 8 and just drive around. And I do like a lot of things about up here. No, that was one that you'd heat on a stove. I gave that to Andy, Joanne. Yeah, I gave that to Andy, the guy that's on here now. Yeah, I mean, I like the wildlife. It's been disappointing that this winter sucks. And honestly, and I mentioned before, if you're not familiar with Michigan, it's the same distance for me to go to Sault Ste. Marie as it is to Detroit. And that's the kind of problem I want to have. I go up to Mackinac Island, Sault Ste. Marie like it's nothing. Traverse City. I don't like Traverse City that much. I think Traverse City is super overrated. I like going over to the Lake Huron side, dinking around, watching deer, Daisy running around. Yeah, Cinderella, she's a sweet girl. Oh, okay, Funky Monkey, yeah. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, I probably should do that, but believe it or not, a lot of the expense is gas, paying people. I might think about that. Yeah, you have to send me some info on that. I guess if I had one, I'd think I had to be down there more or something. You know what I mean? Oh, Gladwin, yeah, there's everybody. I still think that these areas are going to dwindle off to nothing as guys my age die. I'm about the last of the group of these. I don't have one, but factory workers with pensions. Nobody's replacing these, man. I mean, people are trying to stay in their damn overpriced home down in Fraser and Warren and Flat Rock. They can't afford to have a second place up north. So I think once these baby boomers kick off, you're going to see a big change up here. I mean, there's just it's not like the good days, the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Shit, man, you can't give away real estate up here. I mean, there's always certain primo areas like Petoskey or Traverse City, but the rest of the state, north of Bay City, forget it. You can't give it away. You know? Yeah, Tennessee's cool, isn't she? Yeah, May's life of the party. Yeah, it's true, man. Yeah, you tell me. I don't really know why. Yeah, it is, man. Go on Zillow and look what they get for property up there. Just the location. I mean, it is pretty, but it's just so congested. John Doe, you keep acting weird, and I'm gonna block you. Seem like you got a major screw loose. You tell me, Bermuda. Ask your father what he did with your twin. Yeah, well, the money and stuff that's sent, other people send. Nothing's congested up north. Not, no, really. That's a nice thing about it, man. You don't really appreciate. I mean, there's pros and cons, but man, the more when I really thought about it, yeah, he seems like he's got a screw loose. I got a lot of bad emails about him. And same with that invisible people or whatever the hell it is. He doesn't pay anybody anything. No, the notifications, that's been really off a lot lately. Yeah, I don't like going to multiple places. I've done that before. Yeah, they kind of are, Dennis. You're right. It's fun to watch them just bury themselves. I'll tell you one thing, I'm not exactly young anymore either. And I think if I'm going to slowly die like a lot of old people do, I'd definitely rather do it up here down in that rat race and having to kiss somebody's ass to take me to the University of Michigan or bullshit. Right here, man. I could walk there if I had to. Yeah, Amanda's doing fine. Yeah, that's how up north is. I like the winter actually. It's just we've had a bullshit winter this year. Shit, we get more snow in June than we've got now. You're lucky in Detroit. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with him, but he's got people coming over here posting all the time. I again did not run into Coco. She's down there. I really don't know anything. And I don't know other people that know her well. People have seen her like once in a month. I don't think she's avoiding me. I just haven't crossed paths with her. You know? Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. Yeah, have you, Joseph? Yeah. But I mean, what's a mild winter in Texas though? It's got to be just warmer temperatures, right? Plus, this place is so cheap. I mean, this is a nice condo. It really is, man. They're all nice. They don't look that great from the outside, but they're maintained and everything. You know what I paid for this place? Hardwood floors, huge basement, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. You know what I paid for this place 9 years ago? You're not going to believe it. Everything was fine. 75 grand. They're going for about 165 now that the economy improved. I don't really give a shit. My taxes are 1,600 a year up here. I had a really nice condo in Chicago. That thing cost up the ass. That's part of the reason I moved. I thought if I'm not going to be able to work, uh, there is no way in hell I'm going to be able to afford to live here. Isn't that something, Joseph? Yeah, it's a super good deal. I paid cash for my condo, so I never had a payment. I know I do pay 100 a month assessments, to have them do stuff. Yeah, sure. It's PO Box 41, and that's West Branch, two words, Michigan 48661. Somebody from West Branch sent some cards to the girls, which I thought was kind of cool. Oh, good for you, man. Yeah, I lived downtown Chicago for 13 years. I couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. And I go down to like Tim Hortons. I gotta think too. I'm not getting enough shit done, really. I think I'm gonna quit going to Tim Hortons. I'm friends with the owners. Those are my taxes. At that place in Florida are 29,000 a year, so I know what paying up the ass is. Although the property is worth a lot, so I don't want to say it all works out because it doesn't. But I want to find another place besides Tim Hortons. I'm just sick of going there. Oh, thanks, Don. Yeah, I haven't been back to Chicago. I have no interest in going back there. I don't want to live any place where a bunch of tourists go either. Even though I am up north and people do have, I don't, Kevin. A lot of people I know do. I'm not into I don't want to live in a place where a bunch of tourists go. Oh, wow, good for you. I love Milwaukee. Oh, wow, Virginia. Yeah, it's bullshit, man. There's no way. It's the same with cars. I mean, I have zero interest in cars and stuff. I know it doesn't seem like it now, but I used to be a total fanatic on my car. I've had all sorts of cars and just be washing them, waxing them, worried about stone chips. Man, I'm glad. I'd say for the last 20 years, I haven't been that way. I could give two shits, man. Like I say all along, if I was dating or I had a job, there's no way I'd be able to drive the Astro van. But that's why I like driving it. Yeah, I wish they had Dunkin' Donuts up here. I don't really like Tim Hortons that much. I don't like any of their donuts or none of their food. It's on 20 acres in a real prime area. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, it is up north. Yeah, I used to like cars. I don't anymore. And it's like I couldn't afford flying now. I would never pay that to do that hobby again. Yeah, these people go crazy for those mushrooms. Yeah, be prepared. You better have a good mechanic, man. And about the only place you can get those cars insured is through that insurance company in Traverse City. They insure Jay Leno's, but wait till you see the restrictions. You can only drive them to and from shows. You can't drive them for like transportation, or they'll deny the claim if you get in a wreck. No, I used to be that way, Katie. I had cars where I had the insulation in the hood taken out and finished paint jobs done under the hood. I had some Corvettes that just drove me absolutely crazy. Just have an absolute fit with the stone chip. Haggerty, yep, that's it, Larry. Yep. Yeah, no, you don't, man. Wait till you see the restrictions on driving it and getting it worked on. Yeah, I like going up to Mackinac City and wandering around every once in a while. That is one popular place. Oh, thanks, Frederick. Yeah, that really made her day, man, for someone to send her that. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, that Balbo Auto Museum. That's where we're around Chicago, isn't it? Oh, thanks, Jesse. You're welcome. They do, Virginia. You're right. Hey, Rudy, how you doing? Yeah, I used to be like that, just crazy. You talking about where I live, Dennis? Good schools? The schools are excellent up here. I mean, they have plenty of kids go to University of Michigan, one Harvard, Yale. I mean, they're not like the schools that you're going to get in Ann Arbor or Birmingham or someplace, but they're really good schools. Tell you, it's like Andy and Mayberry up here. It's a great quality of life. No kidding. It's people. I mean, we have a park downtown. It looks like something that ought to be in a movie, Jimmy Stewart movie. Like, just so beautiful. Kids playing in the water, just really nice. Cops don't hassle you up here. Good night, Donna. All right, Kevin, take care. I'd recommend somebody thinking about moving up north, move here. I really would. Fishing if you like that stuff, hunting all over the place. I mean, we got a 24-hour gym, $200 a year. Okay, Kevin, take care. I would recommend living up here. I think you'd like it. I mean, you not only do you have no traffic. Now, here's the thing. If I needed to live up here and work, that would be a problem. Nobody pays anything. If you're not a doctor or a lawyer or a government worker, you're screwed. Yeah, golf course right behind me. There's a bunch of them. Golf course right behind. We've got two famous golf courses here for Michigan. You can look them up on the internet, Mark. The Nightmare and the Dream. They're about a mile away from me. The Nightmare and the Dream. They're destination golf courses. And then the one right behind me, where you see me walking Daisy, is West Branch Country Club. I like Brightmoor. All right, Jesse, good night. Yeah, Karen. Are you talking about are you talking about like elementary and high school, Dennis? Appleton, Wisconsin. They used to have a great antique store there. I like that place. Beautiful area. Yeah, I love Appleton, Wisconsin. Yeah, come on out. Come on out, Mark. You come on? You're welcome to come out and visit if you want. I mean, anybody that had never been to northern Michigan, you would really like it up here, man. You're so close to all the great plot spots. You know, man, you got to be careful of that low mileage stuff. You're better off with high mileage and maintained. That low mileage stuff's a myth. It rusts the sleeves, the inside, the pistons. No way. I learned a long time ago, man. I'd rather have, hey, Roger, high miles that are maintained, not low miles. Hey, 1960. Hey, how you doing? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love Wisconsin as a state. Yeah, that's it. Are you insured with Haggerty RC? Haggerty Insurance? Because that's the way engines are. They're better off running than not running. And low mileage on a vehicle that old, I would avoid like the plague. That meant that thing probably sat in garages for winters and stuff, which is the worst thing you can do to a car. I'm talking about gaskets, seals, rubber, sleeves, metal. I'm telling you, there's a lot of data on this, man. Really research this. Larry probably knows this. Oh, sorry about that, Colin. Yeah, no, you high miles maintained, I'd rather have than low miles on an older car. Now, if we're talking about a 2-year-old car, who gives a shit? No, no Amish in West Branch. No, got them. Mile. There's a bunch in Clare, and as you know, Tunham and Gladwin. I see a Amish guy got hit by a car. It killed the horse, and he's in critical condition in Midland. Yeah, particularly with boat motors and airplanes, and it's the same for autos, man. Yeah, it's the opposite of what you'd think. Yeah, if it was, well, what I would look for, I'd look 100,000 miles with a guy that was the original owner that maintained it, that had the service records to support that. And you'll do a pre-purchase compression check. You better believe it. Yep, see Frederick. Look at Frederick. Plus, you're not going to be driving that around all the time like you think. And here's another thing too, May. It's a pain in the ass having a car when you're not driving it. Storage and all that shit. You're right back into the same thing that I just told you. It sits, which is bad for it. And starting it up isn't the same as driving it. If you ever look at some programs where they show behind the scenes on guys like Jay Leno, I mean, you wouldn't believe the bullshit they got these people doing to these cars. You just don't wax them and park them and leave them there for 30 years. You got to be doing all sorts of shit. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, but I bet you, I'll tell you one thing, if that's got that low miles, May, you're never going to get like the crazy miles like I got on an Astro van out of it. I mean, it seems in your mind like it's new and pristine, but that's not really driving it enough to keep those sleeves and stuff from not pitting. I would. I've had old Corvettes before, and they're just constantly need shit. And let me tell you, when you get those kind of restrictions on a car, it's a pain in the ass. You can only drive it here. You can only drive it there. You don't want to drive it in the winter. You're worried about it when it's stored. You got to take the battery out. I mean, it's just way too much bullshit. Yeah. Well, you can do it, but you're going to really pay the piper to be able to do that, May. Oh, 205,000? Yeah, that's probably a good one then. That's good. Is he really, Colin? I've always heard he was a really good guy. 308, good for you. I think low miles would be worth it if it's a newer car, but you couldn't give me a low mileage car that was old. I don't want one. Oh, unexpectedly, that's good. Oh, okay, CB. Yeah, I don't get to, I hardly ever get to Claire. You ever go to that Cops and Donuts things there? Yeah, that's what happens, man. Yep. And you know, if you get a car like a 57 Corvette like your dad, somebody buys it that doesn't know what they're doing, they think they're just going to put air on the tires and everything's going to be fine. Nuh-uh. Let me give you an example. On airplanes, like trainer airplanes, let's take a Cessna 152, which they don't make anymore, but the old to be overhauled would have been about 2,000 hours. And people that owned them privately, they never got anywhere near 2,000 hours out of them. They were rebuilding those because of compression checks that failed at like 900, 1,100, 1,200. You know who was getting 3, 4, and 5,000 miles out of a 2,000-hour engine? Flight schools. And the reason for that is because they flew every day with students. They didn't sit around in the wintertime. If you had a perfect climate-controlled garage, now we're talking. But if you don't, and that car is going to sit in a typical garage, it's going to be subject to, you know, the temperature differences and humidity, you're better off skipping it. You know, I don't really know about heavy equipment. I do know, Joseph, that a lot of that stuff is tempered and case hardened, and it's different. And to be honest with you, if you ever look at heavy equipment, they go by hours, not miles. And even old heavy equipment, it's got low hours on it. It's surprising how low the hours are on that construction equipment. But when you think about it, you know, they're getting a job, sitting for 6 months. They're not working in the winter. All that shit with it that has timer clocks on it. Even farmers, when you look at those big, you know, 8-tired tractors and those big giant combines, go look at one of the used equipment catalogs of farm equipment. It's shocking the low hours that are on. It's not much at all. So it's really hard to tell because nobody seems to keep them long term like you would any other kind of vehicle. Oh, you live down in Taylor, Dennis? Oh, it's cool, Sydney Beach. It's cool. Yeah, it's nuts, man. But if you look at one of those, farm equipment catalogs, it's just shocking that you think you see this guy has this big kick-ass combine that he's been using. But if you think about it, he's using the combine one time of the year, harvesting whatever, right? And that's it. So he may have like 2 weeks of 10-hour days, and then the thing sits. You only use a combine for harvesting. So this guy's got this thing 4 years. He wants to get rid of it, get the new latest and greatest, and his CPA has accelerated the depreciation. And here this thing's 4 years old and it's got 111 hours on it. You think this sounds like bullshit. But then when you look at the other ones, they're all low hours. It's crazy. So I can't answer your question on heavy equipment because it's always so low in hours. I don't know of anybody that's had it over a 30-year-old one. Oh, okay, Joseph. That's interesting. Yeah. They got some really good, interesting videos on YouTube where they find these old diesel engines and they start them up for the first time. That's pretty cool. You want to sink some money into something, get a diesel, even if nothing goes wrong with it. I bought an F-350 one time just because I never had one. I thought the dualies were cool. What a mistake that was. Oh, no kidding, Kitty. That's interesting. Huh. If you talk to hardcore farmers, though, they don't want to have anything to do with anything other than John Deere International. And I've asked these guys when I've crossed paths with them before, why? And they said service. That's what they always say, service. Oh man, diesel oil changes are expensive. Anything. Get one worked on. It's nuts. Is that diesel or gas, Katie? They kill you on tires too. If that's an F-250, how have you had problems with the front end wearing the front tires? You're right, Dennis. But if you need that low end torque and you got to pull some heavy shit, you can't beat a diesel. Yeah, yeah, really. I don't see any of them around here, Katie. Oh, it's a diesel with are you wearing out tires on the front end? They had a camber problem on the front end alignments. Now maybe they got that fixed, but Ford's notorious for wearing out front tires on the 250s. Oh, congratulations, Joseph. Wow. Wow, good for you. Good. That's hard to do. I don't really know about Massey, but I know a guy that was in a small town where I cut through Peoria. I can't even remember where I was going, over to Normal and Bloomington. And he was specialized in rebuilding Masseys. And I talked to him a lot about him. Actually, Massey came to him. This was just an old farmer guy that was just, you ever see guys that are just like gifted, whether it's woodworking or metalwork, or he was kind of that way with everything mechanical. And actually, Massey Ferguson paid him to come out to their factory to consult him on what he thought may have improved the tractors that he was rebuilding. They were older ones, but they actually wanted his input for the newer ones, which I thought was pretty interesting. Oh, I didn't know that, Dennis. Huh. I thought White Boy Rick got prosecuted by the feds. not Wayne County. What do you do out there, Katie? Does your family farm or something? Oh wow, Joseph. How the hell did you get off that stuff? Yeah, that's what I always thought, Larry. Oh, okay, Katie, that's cool. Huh. Hey, Shocker, how you doing? What do you rotate the crops, Katie? Is that just to get the tax break, or do you do it to try and really get some income? Oh, did you really, Cindy? Wow. Yeah, he did, didn't he, Horse Whisperer? He sure did. Florida really stuck it to him at the end. What a bunch of bullshit. Oh, wow. Oh, you're welcome, Christy. Glad you liked them. I got a bunch more I'm going to be uploading. Yeah, they really screwed him on that. Said he was running a car theft ring out of jail, prison. Yeah, I believe Tassie too. Tassie's just one of these unique personalities. I think when she got an ultimatum and that's what it was going to take to stay around this boyfriend, quitting was no problem. Yeah, I took that, Colin. I don't know how you get off that though. Wow, Cindy. Yeah. Yeah, I bought one of the small John Deere, same thing, down in Florida. I didn't want to ask, Whimsy. I didn't want to ask. Hard to say. I don't want to guess. I don't know. No, Tassie's like, did you hear Tassie talking to herself when she was looking through the gifts she was getting? Tassie's witty as hell. It's black or white with Tassie. There's no gray. Oh, that's good, Colin. All right, Andy, good, man. Yeah, take your time on the coffee, man. You don't want third-degree burns because you rushed it. And make sure whatever kind of burner you're going to put that on, you make sure, I don't know what your burner's like on there. You make sure that thing's rock solid. Just so you get used to it for you. Don't test it out after it's 9,000 degrees. Well, and she cool. And Tassie is really unique personality. Yeah, she did. Yeah. Yeah, you don't know Tassie, Lisa. Yeah, I can tell you a story about clonazepam. Oh, thanks, Chrissy. I got a bunch of that vintage luggage. No, that's her name, Katie. Nope. Not me either. I don't know what's going on there. I really don't. Yeah, no bullshit. You got that right. Yeah, well, I mean, so I was having problems. This isn't any tearjerker story. I'm just telling you like it is, okay? So I had, monster problems with depression, kept getting worse. Decided I'm going to kill myself. The first time I got picked up, I just couldn't do it. The second time, I just, it's a hard thing to do. They call it suicide ideation. So I got locked up in this place for about a week, and I could tell I wasn't going to get any better. And I figured I'm really going to my life's already gone to hell. I can't get better. I'm not doing any good. So, when you're going to shoot yourself, I mean, when you're really going to do this, I just had a hard time doing it. So I had 16 pills left of clonazepam. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to be able to blow my head off sober, so I think I'll just take all 16 pills at once. Now, mind you, I know people that took some pretty heavy doses, and my idea wasn't to pass out. I planned on going through with this. So I take these 16 pills of clonazepam, and I'm there, and it was never, not one time was it ever like, God, man, I'm really, messed up. I felt like a faint, nothing. I felt fine. So I remember getting this idea in my head to drive and buy my friend a shirt of a lighthouse. Well, I did that because I got the receipt in my wallet. Now, mind you, I've never smoked marijuana, never had a drinking problem, no criminal record, nothing. I get into my van. I leave the lighthouse. I side swipe 3 cars in a parking lot and hit another 2 that are parallel parked. And I stopped, and people came up to me and said, you just ran into these cars. Well, please wait. The police are coming. And I told them there wasn't any personal injury, and I left. So I took off, drove about another 11 miles, and ran into 2 more. And then I ended up getting run off the road by a sheriff. And I barely remember it, all of it. And that's scary as hell. I do remember asking the cop how I was doing on the sobriety test. And he said that I was not doing very good. But I didn't even know I was doing any of that. I don't remember driving anything. Can you believe that shit? It's so scary, man. God knows what I could have done. Well, the state of Michigan considered it a medical event. And I had my driver's license taken away for 6 months. And I got charged with all sorts of shit. Leaving the scene of an accident, OWI, 2 other things. I was so screwed. I don't remember any of it. I don't even, the last I remember was getting that t-shirt and talking to that cop I know it scared the hell out of me. Yeah, I was lucky that I didn't like kill people or something. But mind you now, my thinking at the time was, I just want to get where I can relax and like be able to pull this off. Yeah, it just goes to show you. So when I hear these stories of these people that do this crazy shit, up until my experience, I would have never believed it. And I read a lot about stuff, and I had never heard of any of that kind of stuff happening with somebody taking clonazepam. I should have just taken like 2 or 3 or something, I guess. But with that kind of drug, look, I knew I would have never taken that 3 years ago this June. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. I don't want to say it's embarrassing, because to me, for something to be embarrassing, you have to have known you were doing it. It was just off the charts nuts. In the frame of mind I was in, there's a rabbit out there. In the frame of mind I was in, I wasn't thinking I was going to even be driving. But once I took that much of that, I get this crazy thinking that I'm going to go buy a friend of mine a t-shirt right before I kill myself. I mean, it's just crazy thought. Yeah, that was definitely, and I never had anything happen like that my whole life. The good news is, at this age, it really doesn't mean much. If I was young and I had a career ahead of me, it would have been the end of the world. And as it turned out, I went to a couple nut houses, and the last one turned me on to this Remeron, or I think I probably eventually would have offed myself. Hey, Joseph. Nothing. It was chronic depression. I'd had it, my whole life, ran in the family. Just kept getting worse and worse. I think what really did me in, I still think I may be just as depressed, but I can sleep now. I'm telling you, that 7.5 milligrams of Remeron has saved my life. No shit. What's left of it? I mean, for real. Oh, did you, Mark? God damn, I had so much bullshit, man. It took me a year to get out of that shit. I represented myself, and I had to get rides everywhere. That place is 100 miles one way, which is a pain in the ass. Now you got me beat by one, man. Yeah, it did work out, but it was just shit luck. I mean, what can I say, man? I mean, people ask me about it, I tell them. I mean, I uploaded the video. I mean, I tell it like it is, man. I would have rather had the Congressional Medal of Honor and a YouTube video of me getting it, but it just didn't work out that way. Yeah, that's no shit, Joseph. That's the kind of shit you do when you're depressed. Yeah, no. Well, it was depression, but honestly, it was mainly sleep deprivation. I had been to Cleveland Clinic, University of Michigan, Wayne State, Beaumont, Henry Ford. I'd go to any doctor that was willing to see me. I was convinced that I had some kind of terminal disease that all these doctors couldn't find. Plus, in the meantime, I tried all sorts of antidepressants. They weren't doing shit. The psychiatrist that I had in the place up in the UP, he told me that the medications they were giving me were making me worse. Well, I can vouch for that. It sounds, I mean, I probably am crazy, but tell you the truth, I count it as a good experience in life. I don't get bummed out about it or anything. Oh, that's cool, RC. No shit. I do. People ask me about depression and stuff. Now, I will say in this small town, there are probably, that's kind of, I bet there's 20 people that just think I'm like the biggest lunatic that ever lived. All the cops know it. It went from like, hey, you want to go flying to like nodding at me barely in the health club. I don't really give a shit. They do a lot of good too, Shocker. Going batshit crazy. If it wouldn't have been for my estranged wife, I'd definitely, nobody would have called the cops. I'm sure I would have eventually offed myself. Yeah, I go bad. I mean, I got a bad temper sometimes. Yeah, I go nuts when my computer doesn't work right. I mean, me personally, and I'm not knocking anybody else. I don't think Jesus helped me or God had his eye on me or any of that. I just think I worked out, Still not over. Still not over. I mean, who knows? I don't seem to have a big load. That's what they diagnosed me with, bipolar 2, and then they took it away later on. There's a lot of overlapping with these mental illness diagnoses. If you look at them, it's like they kind of interweave with one another. If you look at the DSM-5 definition of bipolar 2, it says that you only need one manic phase. How in the hell can you be diagnosed with bipolar 2 with one manic phase over, let's say, a 10-year period? As you know, that book was published so insurance companies could keep from getting ripped off. It doesn't mean it's accurate. Look at that rabbit sitting out there. You see him out there? My dad was in a. Oh wow, brother! My dad was in a psychiatric hospital in the 40s. Gives him a chip off the old block. I mean, I do think, my videos, my going around Detroit, my temper tantrums. Oh, thanks, Joseph. My non-interest in a relationship. I think it's all probably connected to depression in some form or another. I'm absolutely impossible to live with. That's why I always downplay when someone says, "Hey, Tommy's such a nice guy." This. It's like, not really. I am, under those circumstances, but I'm a moody son of a bitch, man. Wellbutrin's a stimulant, antidepressant. That's what they use for people wanting to lose weight and to quit smoking. Yeah, it's genetic. Yep. Thank you, Joseph. I still could go off my rocker at any moment. Thank you. Hey, Texas Bunny, how you doing? Yeah, it is a big rabbit. I've never seen a rabbit around here. It's the first one. I never see rabbits. My guess would be, and I could be wrong, that the coyotes have chased it out of the wooded area, which is why that's why he's a big rabbit. He got the hell out of there. Yeah, I do care about people, but I do think it's all relating to my own problems. When I talk to Cassie or Raven or Becky or Ebony, I mean, number one, I don't have anything to sell, and number two, for whatever reason, I never turned into a heroin addict. But I think the rest is the same. Yeah, that's how I am, man. mean, my neighbors all think I'm a great guy. I can go anywhere around here to think I'm a good guy. But that's not living with somebody. Yeah, no, you're fine, Katie. And honestly, that's why I think I'm never really worried about being down where I'm at, because this is how my twisted mind thinks of things. I think that I'm down there. I'm not saying I'm doing a great thing, but I try and give the time of day. I pay them a little, I give them gifts, want to see how they're doing. I'll help them if they ask. And in my mind, I think I'm doing a good thing. Not great. I don't think I should get any accolades for it, but I'm not doing anything bad. And if I'm down there and I'm in this mental framework of thinking, and somebody comes up and tries to interrupt that over some crazy bullshit thinking that they've conjured up in their own sick minds, it doesn't take much for me to flip the psycho switch. So I'm not, intimidated by any of that stuff. I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, no problem. That's no different than any place else. I mean, I'm not young anymore, but for 35 seconds, which is about all it's going to take, I'm as good as I was a long time ago. So I'm not afraid about people approaching me down there. And if somebody got shitty or aggressive while I'm down there being a good guy, I'd go damn psycho mode, no problem. Yeah, sorry about that, Mark. Yeah, it is draining on a person. It'll wear a person out. If you saw the wife, if you met the wife that I left, you'd think I was crazy. Well, now, as it turns out, she's got documents to prove it. But I left her. It doesn't get any crazier than that. Yeah, I know the feeling, Mark, man. I mean, you should, you probably, I don't know if you've gotten counseling. I mean, I'd run some kind of interference on that, a retreat, something, because just doing nothing, I wouldn't want to be around a depressed person all the time. I just got sick of it, wasn't really interested in having someone around that much. I knew when I was like 35, I'd been married for 5 years. I remember thinking to myself, you know what? I don't think this marriage stuff's for me. And it wasn't because of anything like, I don't have enough free time. I can't hang out with the guys. I've always been a loner. It was just, I didn't want anybody around any of the time. And I wanted to take off for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. I wanted to do exactly what I'm doing now. That's why I don't want to mess this up. Yeah, but May, are there any studies to support that about long-term Xanax use? I mean, is that just, I'm not knocking you, but is there any data to support that? I would be surprised if there is. I think I was a damn sex addict too. I think the only thing that kept me from being one was a damn got old. Yeah, I couldn't sleep without this Remeron. No way. Hey, Sandra, how you doing? I got one last year and I got sick for about 3 days. And I thought, whether or not this is good or not, I'm not getting one this year. All sorts of years that I didn't get anything. And then I get a flu shot and I'm sick for 3 days. Forget that. Hey, Tara, how you doing? It's not normal to be alone as much as I am. I understand this. You know the thing about it though, Joseph, they link serotonin to depression, but there's studies out there where there are people with like the lowest recordable amount of serotonin possible, and they're the happiest people in the world. So it's a shaky premise. It's not, the same for everybody. Yeah, I think I'm living a pretty good life now. I really do. I mean, I'm really looking forward to this photography and stuff, Feed the birds, run Daisy around. Yeah, do it, Shockler, do it. I mean, I used to think that way too when I was young. I had girlfriends up the ass, man. I really did. I got sick of it. Yeah, I mean, a trust issue isn't anything with me because I'm never going to get that far with anybody. I do know this, I can cut people off in a heartbeat. It can take a comment or an incident and like, see you later. I sold businesses before where I just take off, sell them, be gone. People who are saying, hey, is Tom in the office? It's like, Tom doesn't own this anymore. It's crazy. Yeah. I think if she's talking that way, Mark, she needs to get educated on depression. Because you know as well as I do that if she left you, that would not be good for you. So I would treat it as if it was the gold standard. No, it isn't terror. It is not an exact science. It's not. Oh, you lost me? Can you hear me now? That's what I did, Cindy. I quit doing it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would be like, what sucks, Mark, is sometimes you can see things going down the drain and you can't do anything about it. It's so frustrating. You're doing like stupid shit and it's related to your depression and you're still doing it and you can't keep from doing it. And you know what's going to happen if you keep doing it, but you don't stop. I've been there, man. It sucks. Yeah, I'm not really sure on that, Shock, but I don't know. I can do it though, no problem. No, they really don't. No. They're crazy, that's why. They're nuts. They don't have any lives. That's true, Mama G. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I mean, you don't want to get to the point where she's not willing to work on it, Mark. Who just asked me, do I still see Maddie around? Have you lost your mind? Have you watched one single video lately? Yeah, I didn't get in touch with Calvin. I should have, but I didn't. Yeah, I think I've been developing a big anxiety problem. Yeah, it's nice to know people are, have the same issues. Not that you're misery love companies, you know what I mean? Misery loves company, but yeah, well, it's good. Just know if you haven't been there, you wouldn't believe it. Yeah, I know, Mark. Yeah, so wish the best for you, man, which doesn't mean anything. I think that's probably why you had those drinking thoughts, because sometimes you can see that coming, and you just want to say, "Fuck it, we'll watch this just to get it over with," rather than delay the agony. It's like not healthy thinking. I'm an expert at it. I know exactly what you're going through, but don't do that. Yeah, I think that's what leads to my trigger finger is my anger, is anxiety, because I don't really have anything to be mad about other than seeing Ollie's video pop up on my recommended list. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, cocktail meds. They're better now at figuring out what you can take. You know, Google has done a lot with that. What people say they do and what they really do is uh, interesting. But Google takes the thousands of medications that people search to see if there any problem taking them with other medications, and then they crunch the data and they provide it to the medical community to address it, which I think is pretty cool. Oh, that's good, Mark. It's not easy, I know. Yeah, I was just down there. I was doing photography, and I always like that late night kind of dark, grainy photography. And I'd run into the women working, and just struck up a conversation with them. Yeah, I think that's my cause. That's why I was thinking today. It's got to be anxiety. Yeah, I think working out's good, but you know they act like you're going to you're going to start working out and everything's going to be great. If it works for you, good for you. You know, Stephanie, none of your business. Get out of here. You're a pain in the ass, and I don't want you around here. You're a total loser with no life. Go write red rum on the mirror, lipstick. You're a douchebag. I did. Thank you, Erica. I thought that was really interesting. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like Texas. Good state. I got dropped off hitchhiking one time in Katy, Texas. I thought I'd never get out of that damn place. Who are you talking about, Richard? Who are you talking about? That Texas is one big ass state. Richard, who are you talking about? Yeah, I like owls. Yeah, I do. I like snowy owls because I saw one about a month ago. Yeah, that's it. You're tired for no reason, Sydney. You're right. Yeah, they're going to give you a fee, but it's not much, and you can challenge if it's excessive. If it's excessive, it's usually not much, $15 or something like that. Whatever the fee is, tell me, and I'll pay it for you. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Karen, I don't know any Karen. All right, Doctor, go ahead, take off. Please do. Yeah, I wish it would have been lighter, but I'm glad to see it all. I've been looking ever since. I was there 3 times hoping I'd see that damn bird. Probably never see it again. It's probably out there for 20 years, and that's the first time I saw him. Yeah, let me know how much it is. I'll pay it for you. Because you need a copy of that. That's true, Mark. I'd agree with that. I never heard of it, Karen. No, I don't. No. Andrea, just watch the chat. Andrea, were you ever taught any manners? Hey, Redmond, how you doing? No, I haven't either. I think this clown is getting his stalking buddies' communications mixed up. You don't even know what the name is, Richard. What the hell are you talking about? Nobody on here knows of a Karen. You know, it would really help if you knew who you were talking about. Very simple life. And why does it bother you? It's none of your business. It's between her and I. Right, May? Superwoman? Yeah, we didn't get any. It's that old snow that's been lingering around. That wrote the book. I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't. But why does this concern you? No, big time, Dennis. You're looking like another screwball. Oh, congratulations. You know, some place just got approval in the United States to use human waste for fertilizer. Yeah. Yeah, Karen might have got the boot. Yeah, but it's bullshit snow, Erica. It's bullshit snow. This has been a big disappointment this winter. We haven't even got any of that crazy cold. Hey, Chrissy. There you go. Katie, do you work at the family business there? Richard, you're going to get blocked. I'm not defensive. I just don't want to listen to your stuff that's none of your business in the interactions I have with people other than yourself. So you can go talk to yourself in the mirror about it like Sybil used to do. Yeah, I'll be putting him up in the next day or two. Yeah, he's gone. Superwoman scorched him. Oh, no kidding. Wow. No, I think it is kind of cool up here tonight. I think last night it got cold, like 17 or something like that. I noticed the birds haven't been eating as much seed as they used to. I think I drink bottled water there, Joseph. All right, Katie. What is that, WB? Woman Business Employer or something? World Bitches Emporium. What's it stand for? Wow. Yeah, it is creepy as hell. Yeah, he's nuts. Oh, gotcha. What does that stand for, though, WBE? Good night, May. Yeah, May keeps the party going. Oh, well, okay, okay. Oh, it is, huh? Oh, okay, good for you. What do you get, like first dibs on customers and stuff like that? They got to go to you first or something? Oh, okay, good. Yeah, Chrissy, I see him. Yeah. May's tired. Woman's business enterprise. Yeah, no, she's great at shock therapy. Yeah, bottled water though, Cindy. You better read where that comes from. You got to get a tester, test it yourself. Oh wow, good for you. You know, I'm glad you got it and everything, but I could never really figure out how these businesses get these designations when the women are married. I mean, can't they figure this out? On the other hand, you shouldn't have to be single to get it, but you know what I mean? Just a white male like me, I'm absolutely last on the totem pole. For what reason other than I'm male and I'm white? Yeah, I know, brother. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. Oh, okay. No, same here. We drank from the hose all the time. Shit, yeah. Night soil. No, I never heard of that. What is it? Glowing soil? Oh, tired. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, isn't that weird, Erica? It was rubber you were tasting. Oh, that's cool. Not that kind of hose, Tara. Yeah, what do you want me to do with that, Dennis? I should do a video of that thing. I never remember when I'm down there. Oh, water spring. Oh, okay. That's cool. Oh yeah, what is it? The I Give FDDR. You need to support that. It's like a place that gives food to homeless and poor people. Yeah, you should donate money to them. Say more about it when you can. I'll put a link on their thing. I should remember that when I'm down there. No, I know. Okay, yeah, I'd do it if I could. But I'm just saying, as a white single male, I'm screwed. I might as well just not even bid on half this stuff. Good night, Brandy. Take care. No, it's the truth. There's a guy running around here with a bumper sticker that said he'd love to wish you Merry Christmas, but I don't want to offend you. Same with Christmas tree now. You can't even say that. Oh yeah, no, that sounds good, Dennis. You know what? I was went to that church thing Sunday. Ebony told me about it, although I didn't see anybody there. That I should have asked Raven about that. Damn, I never even thought of it. But boy, that sure was a nice setup they had for the people there. Salad, nice dinner, people waiting in line. They were really kind. They say they want it to be called the. They don't want Christmas in it. Holiday bush. What a bunch of bullshit. Oh, no kidding, Katie. Okay, that's cool. Well, that's the way I don't mind it so bad now. You'd have to read up on that because I never got. We have pretty good water here, Cindy. There are pretty good ones out there, but I think some of that bottled water, man, you never know where that crap's coming from. You're thinking because it's bottled, you're thinking of like the Colorado Rockies and dripping off a mountain stream and all that horse shit. Could be a bunch of pigs screwing in there, and they could be piping it out an old rusty bucket. I would check it. I'm not religious. I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm glad you got it. Yeah, it's just so crazy out there. It's politically correct shit. Oh yeah, I'll check it out. I won't do it tonight, but I'll do it tomorrow, Dennis. I'll put a link on the thing so people can subscribe. I'll get them 1,000 subscribers, no problem. It's a good cause, feeding people need to eat. I didn't know of any shooting. Yeah, I think that bottled water is a bunch of bullshit. They say that about Giardia, where the animal feces, when you're out west, don't drink out of the streams. Shit, man. They must have never been thirsty. There's a pill you can put in there and then you can drink it. 46, that's pretty good. I think here it's like 17 or something like that. Oh, really? Yeah, but just because it doesn't taste right, it could just have like lime, sulfur. It doesn't mean that your breasts are gonna fall off. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Oh, thank you. I got a bunch more I'm gonna be putting up too. Yeah, they say it's real, but I've never known anybody to get it, Melissa. Did you get it? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I'll do that, Dennis. I'll do it. Remind me of that tomorrow. I wish I'd have done a damn video on there. I would have made one for him. Oh, okay, Joe. Oh, that's cool, Katie. Shit, man, I drag it right out of the damn ditch. I don't give a shit. I think it's not fair they name that coronavirus after a beer. You watch, that's going to hurt their sales. I'm not shitting you. There'll be dumbasses out there that think that Corona beer is why the coronavirus is around. I think that Fiji, they just got you thinking all that like tropical, clear, pristine. Natural springs. Hey, Eve, how you doing? Oh, really? Wow. Coronavirus. I don't mind a Corona beer here and there. I like putting a lime in it just like everybody else. I wonder who figured that out. Yeah, it depends where you're at, Colin. Oh, good for you. I met Bob Seger as a teenager. I didn't hear about a shooting either. Coronavirus. 40 feet. Wow, that's pretty cool. Where's Shockler living? Where's Doc Shockler living? What's she like, living at home or something? Yeah, you need to just do it. That's what Nike says. Just do it. I was thinking tonight, sometimes I think I'd just like to travel around in a van, but I think that would get old. I didn't hear about any shooting. No, no, Frederick. I don't know how young people save money anymore. Is Shocker a girl or a guy? Shocker a girl or a guy? Because if it's a guy, he could be a gigolo. Wow. That's what I thought he said, Kevin. Yeah. No, the government also doesn't want people off the grid. Yeah, but Superwoman, you've got a functional family. Not everybody has that luxury. You created a good environment. Oh, good, Graham. What a fruitcake. Be a gigolo, Shocker. Just live off women. No, you're right, Jeff. Yeah. It's one or the other. Be born in a good family and save money, or be born in a bad one and be broke. Those are your choices. Oh, wow, Ren, that sucks. Oh, interesting, Joseph. Huh. Oh, come on now, Cindy. You're getting out there. You guys ever read anything on that Illuminati? How old are you, Shocker? How old are you? How old are you? Oh, okay. Thanks, Joseph. Katie, did you ever get to watch any of the old City Confidential? They have some on YouTube. It's really good if you like those shows. City Confidential. Paul Winfield was the narrator. Yeah, well, but I would go that way too, Lisa. No, I know they were charging people like by the square foot for water draining off parking lots. Yeah, anybody? No, how'd J Lo look? I don't particularly find her attractive. Yeah, you'd really like Paul Winfield, City Confidential. Very interesting, great narrator. They got some good ones on there. I guarantee you, click on one of those now, you'll watch it till it ends. I miss the hell out of that. In Ann Arbor or one of those places, they were arresting people for leaving their car running, heating it up in the winter. 28. Yeah, you should already be banging a lot of ass off in a van. No, that's all bullshit and surgery and doctors with them all the time and the best food and supplements and Botox. And I guarantee you, without makeup and nude, she looks 50. Yeah, that doesn't count. That's bullshit. That's not reality. You put her in a pair of Kmart underwear with no makeup and you'd run. Yeah, and Ann Arbor's weird on solar panels on the roof too, believe it or not. Yeah, but you're looking at old standards, Shocker. It's not like that anymore. I'm telling you, Katie, I know better. You know who's really getting strange looking too is Ellen. She almost looks like a cross between an elf and an animation, like a bobblehead. Yeah, I always thought fraternities were, for pussies. Hell, I was stealing cars when I was 17. I'm going to go and join a fraternity and go put toilet paper in trees. I don't think so. Oh, yeah, that's right. Everything's like that. You know, Sandra? Yeah, I don't give a shit. They can look at my phone. That stuff doesn't worry me. They can look through all my shit. I don't give a shit. I know Google's got to be working with the feds. Can you imagine the intelligence they've come up with that Google car driving around photographing everything? acting like it's just for maps. Katie, don't let that J-Lo get you down. That's a bunch of bullshit. They've got all sorts of things for cellulite, these radio waves and ultrasound. I bet they had that black ass in that machine for a day and a half before she hit the stage. You can tell she's big in the butt. So they probably ratcheted some like new NASA-made girdle that we couldn't see. Same with Madonna. That pasty bag. Scan your face. Oh my God. Yeah, don't believe it, Katie. I swear to God, that's a fake standard. No, I never saw Black Mirror. I believe that, Joseph. Yeah, Katie, that's don't believe that stuff. I think he's talking about something other than cookies data. Huh. No, that's the way I look at it, Redmond. So I don't give a shit. Your mom's over here right now, Armin, and she can't talk to you. That's part of these losers out here. There's a lot of people that just really have a deep-seated hate against working girls. No, you're lying, Mark. I thought you said you didn't live in Michigan. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Get out of here, Jeremy. You don't have any manners. I want you to get your chromosomes checked. It's Beavis or Butthead. Who is it? Which one? Yeah, I don't care what they look at. They can look at all my shit. Yeah, I don't doubt you're confused. I think you should go to probate court and legally change your name. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that is, Craig. did get him in the interview. Yep. Yeah, I sure did. Yep. Just a bunch of morons. Just start picking them off right now before they even say anything. Yeah, no, I got the book. I got the camera down. Now I'm reading the. I'm going to do some time lapse this week. I got the AC add-on so I can practice with some snow if we ever get any. So I'll be all ready to go. I think that's going to be pretty easy. There's two ways you can get one: in automatic mode and a manual. And they say do the manual. I'm learning Photoshop and Lightroom right now, which is like daunting. But I'm really looking forward to those 8K time lapses. That's right, Katie. No, not bad, really. I'm not as worn out as you'd think. Yeah. No, what I was saying is there's just a lot of people out there that have a real hate for working girls. They really do. And when they see a guy like me being nice to them, it just really enrages their twisted minds. Do you know much about Photoshop, Starlight? Well, I got a shit ton, man. I bet I've got another 130 videos to upload. No, yeah, I think you'd really enjoy it. The Nikon D850, I mean, I bought a used one. It only had 294 clicks. And I did pay top buck, but it was an American version, $2,300, but that's better than 33, like when they came out. And God, what a kick-ass camera, man. I did drinking my scotch, yeah, sure am. No, it's not. Yeah, good call on that, Superwoman. You know, I'd have been more likely to let him stay if he'd have said something filthy. Yeah, no, it's a bitch, man. You know, part of my reason for Photoshop and Lightroom and getting into a little more print photography is, you know, I'm not going to be able to drive down to Detroit forever. So it'd be nice to have a plan B for, I've got so much stuff saved, you know, where I could fool with it if I became competent with some editing software. Yeah, it was a Horton, yep. That was just a shot without knowing anything yet. I shot that at a high ISO too, so it could have been a lot better. Hey Sylvia, how you doing? Oh, do you, Starlight? That's cool. No, I know Shopper. Yeah, it is. Yeah. 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Yeah. Well, it's not crazy. I mean, I get up around 10:30. Yes, I am, Stephanie. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's fun having chats like these. I mean, this is great, man. This is perfect. You know, this is why I normally don't like chats. It's because they're never like this. It's always, you know, what'd you eat today? And, you know, the cat took a shit and the bird squawked too much. You know, this is fun. Time flies, man. I do them from Tim Hortons every once in a while. You know me, I'm always videotaping stuff, you know, recording stuff. And I get some weird people. Some people, they just feel so freaked out when they see some guy like me and they think I'm recording on a phone. Oh, talented. Well, I don't know about that, Sylvia. I think I'm like average. Thank you. I'm going to take the girls up to the Amish this summer. Something's got to give. Either the Amish are full of shit or these girls shouldn't be in Detroit, but we're going to find out. Pretty much, Redmond, yeah. Yeah, I ate at Mexican Fiesta last night. It's so-so. No, never do, Joseph. No, I don't. Nope. I never do. Yeah, I'm going to take them up there. Yeah, you ought to do it, Horse Whisperer. That'd be fun, man. I already include this Amish guy, and we're going to go up there, go into this bakery. They're already going to know about the girls. And I'm going to say, hey, Ebony, this is Mr. Yoder's wife. She just got done praying for 2 hours and making these muffins. And you guys need to get to know each other. They said they would. I already pinned them down on it, Melissa. Yeah. What's wrong with Larry? Yeah, you just never know. What my guess would be stroke. Paul is not. I'm the expert here, not Paul. I'm going to take a whole van full up there. We're going to steal an Amish buggy. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting, don't you? Yeah, you're probably right, Cricket. Well, about what, Adam? Which thing? Yeah, they're all over up there. It's like Pappas with the Greeks. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Yeah, I'll get them up there. I'm going to take them up there. There was an Amish accident in Gladwin. I go down there sometimes. The horse got killed and the guy is in critical condition. No, thank you, Angel. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, right. Some are good, some are bad. It's like anything else. What are you talking about, Adam? That's where you're really screwed. I mean, Horse Whisperer and I were talking about this the other day. These guys that own these gas stations down in Detroit make a killing. You're charging 3 times as much for everything. No 2 liters for sale, hardly ever. You're paying $2 for a single. Yeah, do it, man. Do it. Oh, I see what you're talking about now, Adam. Well, I talked to him a little bit before, and believe me, I didn't pick up on it. And actually, after I did it, he talked better. I don't know whether it was an anxiety attack. I don't know what to tell you on that. All as I can say is that I knew something was going on, and I didn't want to be rude. He needed the money, and there you saw it. You know what I mean? That's cool, Katie. Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be fun on the Yoders. Yeah, I've had that happen before. Yeah, thank you. I mean, you know right away what the deal is, and he's a good guy. I mean, I would say on every trip, like this last 6-day trip, there's usually about 5 people that I just pay like I interviewed them and I don't interview them because I don't want to come across as a dick when they see everybody else and they may not have the ability to carry on a conversation like that, you know? Yeah, that too, Roar's Whisper. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah, I know. No, that's the way it goes, man. I've had it happen more than once. Hey, Gretchen, how you doing? Yeah, that's true, but I think, and they have a big problem with depression too. I didn't want to bomb him in my first interview with every nasty thing I'd heard about the Amish, so I didn't ask any of those questions. Incest, depression. They catch them all the time down in Gladwin shooting deer out of season. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Glad you like this. I love talking to people. Yeah, I hope not either. Yeah, I really do. I got a similar interview to that actually that I'll be uploading on a guy that he's getting dialysis 3 times a week. He's homeless. Similar interview. This guy was, so I gave him Elaine's last bag of candy, and I gave him some other stuff. And I mean, he's really looking forward for me to post his video because he says that people in his position are really getting screwed. Oh, really, Jeff? Huh. Yeah, I got two Narcans. I got a spray and an injectable. Oh, thanks, Emily. Yeah, that's cool. Right on, Mark. Yeah, they're hard to get, Cindy. I've talked to them before, and they were kind of like, I don't know about that. That guy wasn't. I met that guy pushing that guy out of the snow, and we got talking. I said, hey, I've been trying to talk to some Amish guys. He said, yeah, I'll do it. All right, Wendy, take care. Oh, it's interesting. Huh. Oh, wow. So what happens to a Downs Amish baby? That guy I interviewed, I'm sure he has a ton of cash. He's got some big business there. I mean, it's one thing being Amish, it's another thing in making boatloads of money and just continuing to live that life. I mean, what motivates them? Do you think he did? Oh, that's cool, Starlight. Yeah, I think you're right, Horse Whisperer. Yeah. Oh, no kidding. He kind of talked about that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, really, Katie? Oh, that's cool. It's interesting. Get out of here, ag bag, you dumbass. Nobody wants you here anyway. All right, Dennis. Yeah, I got River. I'm gonna start doing them tomorrow, Angela. I put some up tonight. I don't know if you saw those, but I'm gonna put more up to the next few days. No kidding, Horse Whisperer. No, I'm the same way, Melissa. Oh, are you, Katie? Huh. Yeah, Katie, isn't it weird not getting bombed by those winter snowstorms like normal? Yeah, she's sitting, sleeping down right near my feet. Oh, okay, Angelica. I'll have some more. Is it Angelica or Angelica? How do you pronounce your name? I know of two different pronunciations. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, he's a good dog. Yeah, it's crazy. We haven't had much snow either. Isn't that crazy, Jeff? Yeah, I go along with the internet. You don't spend it on anything. He's a good dog. She tried to bite Tassie today, though. Yeah, isn't that the truth, Dennis? Well, good night, Revan. Yeah, she's cool. Good night, Joseph. I think I'm going to sign off here too, you guys. I've got over an hour and a half of pornography to watch. No, I'm just kidding. God. I want to keep my ratings sky high. Shit. So you guys have a good night tonight. I'm going to try on my Amish outfit. No, I hope not, Dennis. Yeah, she does that, Cindy, yeah. All right, Carolyn, you too. All right, Lisa. Yeah, take care, Mark. All right, Starlight. Oh, sorry about that, Jazzy Kim. Yeah, I said, oh, well, I'll do it. Sorry about that. Come on tomorrow night. Oh, yeah, you're one of the sinners. I got a bunch more I'm going to put up tomorrow. Okay, Erica, yeah. All right, Superwoman, thanks. Good job. All right, Gaming TV. We're signing off for tonight. Okay, Melissa. Take care, Dennis. Remind me to do that, Dennis. I'll put up a video tomorrow. All right, Frederick. Yep, see you, Sandra. I'm going to put them up there. Yeah, I will. Yeah, okay, Jazzy Kim. All right, Katie. That's exactly right. All right, good night, you guys. All right, see you, Lisa. Oh, well, I took a lot of photos while I was down there, so I'll be putting those up as well. Oh, well. Okay, good night, Cindy. Good night, Shocker. Yeah, thank you. See you, Horse Whisperer.